We'll wait for others to join. There are only 5, including me. Right. Okay. So then, if we consider about action research model, it has some stages: planning, implementing, observation, reflection. So then it goes on until the problem is solved. Right. Then, okay. Right. If you consider about action research is focused on solving a problem. Main purpose of doing action research is to solve a problem. We have some burning problem, so it's focused on solving a problem, or informing individual and community-based knowledge in a way that impacts teaching, learning, and other related processes. So action research is mainly done in teaching to improve teaching learning process. So then we don't consider about much of the theories, but we focus more on actionable input. So we use some actionable inputs. Kurt Lewin has given his structure, right? What is that Kurt Lewin structure? I'll show you. It is starting with uh, first thing is planning. Starting with planning, then it goes to implement what we have planned. Then we observe what's happening. Then we reflect on that, give feedback, positive and negative. Then if there are more negative things, we change. Right? Okay. We'll see. So action research enables research to what's that? Self-reflect their practice. Self-reflect how I think about what my actions. I'm thinking of my actions, the way I thought, the methods I used, right? So then finally we make positive changes for our shortcomings. Action research help for teacher researchers to gather more information about their particular things, about maybe teaching method, maybe students' problems, whatever it is. Right. So it is a cyclic process starting with planning, acting, developing, and reflecting, or planning, implementing, observation, and reflecting, whatever it is. Right. Action research aims to identify problems and then produce an iterative plan of action. That means we identify a problem, then we produce some changeable or some actions that improves, right? So there are some strategies to introduce best practices. So there are 4 basic stages in cyclic action process, that is reflect. First starting with planning, act means implementing, then observing, then reflecting. So it goes on, right? Then So what's the first, if we identify a problem, what is the first thing we have to do now, as we discussed? What's the first thing we have to do?
Understand the problem.
Okay, understand the problem. Then we have to narrow it down, because we can't do lots of things. Now imagine the students in your school are very poor in mathematics, so we can't do action research for everybody, but you can do it for a small number, less than 10, not many. We can't do action research for many people. So imagine in your class there are some poor in mathematics, so you select them for your action research. How can you select them? You can't just say, you are poor in mathematics, come to my research. You also come to my research. You can't select like that. How can you select them?
Using the term examinations.
Oh yes, yeah, you can use the examination paper, or you can use examination marks, or else you can give them a test. Right. Okay. So then you plan an action plan in order to address your research. So then there you need to collect data to support your plan, right? So then mm, you can use questionnaire, survey, audio recordings, peer feedback. You can get feedback from their friends. You can have observations, field notes. Right, okay. So then once you select the problem and collected data, you can start analyzing data, right? Right. Then, we'll talk about difference between action researchers and other researchers. Right? Can you tell me some differences rather than I explain? As you think, now we discussed about what the action research is. So can you tell me the differences between action research and other researchers? Huh? Tell now, how do they differ? Just think. Yeah. So traditional researchers tend to favor quantitative research methods. ගොඩක්ට quantitative තමයි තියෙන අපේ action research වල ගොඩක් තියෙන්නේ, so most of them are qualitative, right? So that if you consider about survey, experiments, so then there are more numbers. But action research, they are more qualitative, right? So we observe the students and write down their observation. Sometimes we have structured interview or unstructured interview, so we find information. So mostly we have qualitative data, right? Then when compared with other research, action research, we find an actionable process. That means we use some actions to solve the problems, right? Okay. So if we consider about the common differences between action research and formal research, so for formal research, we need training for the researcher, right? So then we need extensive training. So action research, we don't need any, and we don't need a training at all. So goals of research, in formal research, knowledge produced is generalizable. That means if we find something, we can generalize it to others also. If we find certain things, we say yes, other people also will do the same. We generalize. But in action research, it is only for certain number of people or for a school or for an institute, only for a small area. So the method of identifying the problem to be studied. So informal research, review of previous research. They review. They just go to the other previous research. They read a lot and they review. But in action research, we select some current problem. We don't consider a lot about previous problems, but we think of a current problem and try to find solutions. So these are the models of action research. Planning, acting means implementing, then observing and reflecting. So you plan some activities, you implement them in the school, then you observe whether they are okay, whether they are effective, or whether they are not good. So you have to plan again, or then you reflect. So then according to the activities I have done, I think it is high time to change them. Therefore, we will select some other activities. So like that, we reflect. Then again, we plan. Look at here. A cyclic process. Look at here. Here, plan, implement, observe, reflect. Here, plan, act, can implement, observe, reflect. Again, plan, implement, observe, reflect. It's a cyclic process until the problem is solved. So it goes on right here like this. So now I want you to now. Are you all teachers working in schools? Even it doesn't matter. So then even you are not teachers. Now you list down the burning problems you have. I'll give you 5 minutes. Imagine when you are teaching, you have some burning problems. These. Select them, write down all the problems that comes to you. Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes. Did you get what I said? Hello, the
Yes, madam.
members. Did you get what I said? Yeah.
Yes, madam.
Okay, do it. I'll give 5 minutes. Okay, are you ready? Right. Who would like to come first? Now you can tell me about the problems you encountered during your learning teaching process. Then I'll tell you what to do. Are you ready? Mahishi, Asna, Pavia.
Getting all the students' attention uh, is
Okay.
a problem, madam.
Okay. Now you have the problem with getting all the students' attention. What else? Is that the only problem you have? There are some other problems.
Uh, the behavior of the students, madam. Some disruptive behaviors in the class.
Okay. Some getting attention of the students is one problem. There are some destructive students in the classroom. What else? Do they like to do work in groups? Do you like to do group work, pair work? What are the other problems? You have only two problems.
Large classes, madam.
Okay, large classroom, difficulty in handling, the difficulty in managing the classroom. So you have problem with attention, behavioral problem, large class, difficulty in handling your classroom. Okay, now you have only three problems. Only three problems you have during your learning teaching process.
Yes.
Concentrate.
Overloaded curriculum.
Mahesh, I'll come to you. Now I am asking about Asna's problems. I want her to select one problem for her research. Okay?
Overloaded curriculum and the time pressure, madam.
Okay, right. So now you have a number of problems now. Now you prioritize them. Prioritize means you have to select the most burning problem first. Now you have a number of problems. Out of these, you have a burning problem because if you solve that problem, you can solve even 90% of your problems. Out of them, what's the most burning problem, Asna?
The disturbing behavior of the students, madam.
Okay, now you have selected. There are about how many students are there who disturb your classrooms?
At least there are 6 to 7, madam. They don't
Oh,
pay attention.
okay. How did you identify them?
They don't listen to the teacher and they just talk to the friends and they
Hmm.
disturb others as well.
Okay. Now imagine when you are teaching, you observe these students, right? On Monday that you observe when you are teaching, these students they are talking, they are hitting each other. So then others they disturb the other lesson. So you observe on Monday. Again on Tuesday also you observe these students behave like this. Again on Friday also you observe like that. You through your observation you identify there are about 6 to 7 students who are who have disruptive behavior. Right now, Asna, until I talk with others, you plan some activities for them in order to now imagine you want to overcome this problem and get them to the learning teaching process. So you can think of some activities. So think some activities until I go to other students, right? Mahishi, what are your problems?
Some children they, don't pay attention the concentration problem, madam.
They have concentration problem. Mm.
Some now in our classes we have uh, that learning difficulty children, but the parents if we tell even they don't accept.
Uh-huh. So there are some students who have learning difficulties, but the parents don't accept. Okay.
Yeah, madam.
Mm. Then what
Uh,
else? What are other problems you have? Concentration problem of the students. The students also have learning problems. The parents don't accept that they have some
yeah, some now
learning problems.
this
Okay.
help from the home parents. They don't
Hmm?
help children.
So
The
the
home,
parents don't pay attention to their work.
yes, madam.
No motivation from the parents for their education.
all the parents, they are accepting everything doing by the school.
So they want the teachers to do all the work and get all the work done by their students rather than their help. Okay, then what is the most burning problem out of these two? What's the problem you would like to select for your research?
Concentration problem.
Okay, so then when the students are not paying concentration, it's very difficult for you to conduct the lesson. Right now, imagine
And they
this
are
is,
disturbing to other children also.
so when they have no concentration, they are disturbing other children also. So now, how did you identify this problem? Through observation. So when you conduct the
Yes.
classes, you observe this behavior. So
Yeah,
you
they
can,
are screaming, they are shouting, talking unwanted, unnecessary things.
how many students are there?
Like 5, 6
Okay,
students
that is
are.
enough for a research, right? So then you can tell now on Monday I identified their behavior. They behaved like this. On Tuesday they were like this. On Thursday like this. So you can uh, show that you have identified them through observation, right? Okay, right, right. Then Pavia, what are the problems that you have in learning teaching process? Yes, you don't have any problem. Tarushi, you talk about the problems you encounter in your classroom. Tarushi, Tushar Tilakaratna. Hello, Tushar. Would you like to share your ideas? Who is this Zoom Pro? Zoom Pro can discuss. M. Yoganandi. Would you
Yes,
like?
ma'am.
Okay.
Limited resources, madam,
Okay. Limited resources is one problem. Another one.
and time management.
You have problems with the time management. Then.
Sometimes if we are taking for up to 40 minutes, madam, that is,
Hmm.
and the pressure of results in submitting result.
Okay. You
That,
have pressure of submitting, pressure of increasing results.
yes, madam.
So out of these three, what's the most burning problem for your learning teaching process?
Submitting results.
Okay, then you have to do something. You have to plan something to improve their results. So
Okay.
related to your subject,
Okay.
is it related to your subject?
Yes, madam. Yes.
What's the subject?
English.
Okay, right. So then, how can you show that the students have less proficiency in English?
Uh, Getting low marks.
Yeah, through test marks, right?
Yes,
And
madam.
show from the term test marks, or you can give them a test and show the marks, right? Okay, right. Okay. Now you plan some activities to improve them. Okay, who else is there?
Okay, ma'am.
Gayani Kaushalya,
Madam, poor attendance of the
poor
students,
attendance, poor attendance of the students.
inactivity,
They are not active in the classroom, very passive in the classroom. Are they?
and congested classrooms are there in our school.
Right, congested classroom. What else?
Mm. Other than that, there are some destructive students.
Okay,
As Yoganandi said, that we also have the pressure for submitting the marks, madam.
okay. So what is the most important out of this burning problem that you have during your
Mm,
learning teaching process?
as there are many students, the poor attendance of the students.
Okay, good. Poor attendance. So then you have to show that if you consider about their attendance register, that many have not come to school. Now you can find the
Yes.
reasons for that. Why? You can interview them, you can give them a questionnaire. Then after that, you can plan something to improve their attendance. As an example, maybe that they are coming from poor family backgrounds, that since they don't have enough food to eat, they don't like to come to school. Right. So then you can plan something to get them to school. Okay. Now
Okay.
plan something.
Normally, madam, they don't receive any motivation from their parents because they just allow them to, if you go to school, go like that day.
Or else you can stay. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So then if you want to do it, if you want to do that one, encouraging the students for that is also can come under absenteeism. Right. Good. Class attendance. You can take it as a reason.
Mm.
Parents don't encourage them to go to school. Therefore, they stay at home.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So you find some activities. First, you have to show how did you identify the problem. You have to talk about it, and then activities to improve. Okay.
Okay.
Champika.
uh, Slow learners, madam.
Okay.
There are some slow learners,
Mm.
and there are some students that they are not listening very well,
Hmm.
and less parents' contribution.
Okay.
Yes,
Out of these, what's the most burning problem for you?
slow learners.
Okay. So how did you identify that there are slow learners? How many are there?
Nearly 5 or 6, madam.
Yeah. So how did you identify there are some slow learners that they can't go on par with other average students?
Uh, from the marks that they are getting for the
Hmm.
papers.
Okay. Now you plan something. Imagine this is your problem for your action research and plan some activities. Okay. iPhone. Who is having iPhone? No owner is not there. iPhone owner. Okay. Anybody who did not, I did not call the name and you want to present your problem, because this is the time you can select a problem for your action research. Is there anybody who couldn't identify problem and you are still struggling? Is there anybody? Okay, now I'll give you about 5 minutes. You can okay, or else 10 minutes. Those who discussed with me the problem, you jot down some of the activities you can do. Imagine this is your first cycle. You are going to plan the first cycle. Now tell me the activities. Shall I give you 10 minutes? Is it enough, or can you do within 5 minutes? Hello? Tell me. What do you prefer? 5 or 10 minutes? Gayani? 5 minutes is enough for you?
Yes.
Madhushani, Inoka is also there. Inoka, would you like to talk about the problems you encounter? Madhushani, would you like to talk about the problems you encounter
madam.
during? Yes, Inoka?
Madam, can we get the problem, I mean, subject-related problems?
Yes, why not? Yeah, okay.
Pronunciation, using
Pronunciation problems.
capitalization.
Hmm.
because most of the students don't have the understanding how to write letter formation.
Correct letter format, but it's very common now. Hackneyed. You do something else that you can do for the
Mm.
students. Okay, like that the students don't like to work collaborative. They don't like to share ideas with each other. So you done
Yes,
something to get them to work together, collaborative. So you can organize some
group
activities,
activities.
games,
Uh,
competitions. Yeah, like that. Okay. So do you like to take some other problem? Yes, your research problem. Okay. So then plan Madhushani discuss. Inoka. Madhushani, you didn't talk. Did you talk, Madhushani?
yes, madam.
Okay. Inoka, did you talk? Okay. Once you're done, you tell me. If you have finished, tell me. If you are done, tell me. Okay, now enough. Okay, tell me now. Shall we start with Yoga Nandi? Yoga Nandi, tell me. Tell me about your problem and what are the plans for your first intervention. We call this intervention. Okay, tell.
Improving results, madam.
Increasing results. Okay. Now, what are your plans?
Practical and training for modern teaching methods.
Hmm. So then you have to tell these activities I do using modern teaching methods. What are they?
Using sources, media like smart boards like that,
Hmm.
and activity-based training, encourage
So,
games, storytelling, visual aids like that.
okay. Right. So then you can't say haphazardly that you have to say the date the time, activity, and the things that you need for the purpose. So you have to plan it well, right? Then only you can uh, organize the activities. So I will use the smart board and do these activities with it. So the next day I will use some other method to improve their this thing. Okay, like that. Okay. Sampika?
Small assessments, madam.
No, anyway that you have to do assessments. Otherwise, how do you find the progress? Do assessments after doing the activities. You have to give them assessments. Then only you will see the progress of the students related to the problem. Whether they have progress, whether they have a progress or not.
Okay, ma'am.
Sampika?
For this slow learners, madam can introduce flashcards and visual aids,
Hmm.
uh, uh, tactile activities, uh,
Yes.
uh,
You can't say generally. You have to say exactly what are the activities.
use beads or blocks for counting, addition or subtraction. Likewise,
Hmm. Hmm.
uh, act out stories or real life situations to enhance comprehension and speaking skills.
Hmm. So then you can't just say, you can say now I will do a role play with 4
Oh,
characters and I
yeah,
will teach them these functional words. Questioning. First day
yeah.
question. So the next day, how to request things, how to
Games and puzzles.
show
Yeah.
likes and dislikes, how to say, how to give opinion. Yeah, like that you can plan. You can't say this, I'm doing these activities, but you have to say exactly what are the activities you do. Then after some time, after a few weeks, that you can give them an assessment to see whether they have learned it. Right?
Hmm.
Okay.
Right. Thank you.
Inoka, did you talk? Inoka? Harushi? Tushara? Mahishi? Explain.
I talked.
Okay, Mahishi said. Asna?
My problem is the disturbing behaviors of the students, madam.
Mm. Mm. Okay.
Um, First of everything, I can change their seating arrangements.
Mm.
So most of the disturbing students, they sit on the back benches. So I
Okay.
can change the seating arrangements, and I can give them sudden tasks to do something, to deliver a speech,
Mm.
or to sing a song, like that. Uh, and when they, if they do them, I can give them positive reinforcements,
Mm. So when they
encouraging
perform
them.
well, you give positive reinforcement.
Yes, madam.
Mm. Okay.
And I can address them by their names when they
Mm.
show some disturbing activities in the classroom.
Mm. So then you give them, you find the reasons for them, for the disturbing
Yes.
behavior. Maybe they don't like the teaching methods you use.
Mm.
Maybe their need is not that. So they need to present certain things to the class. Or they like if you use technology for them. So like that you find the reasons and accordingly you plan your lessons. Right? Lessons or some activities. Then after some times you give them some assessments for them to do. Okay? Right. Yoganandi, did you talk about your problem?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Gayani? Gayani, did you talk about your problem?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So, yes. Mahishi, did you talk about your problem?
Yes, madam.
Okay, good. Champika?
I talked, madam.
Amata, you
I
talked.
discussed, yeah.
Inoka? Okay, Inoka.
Madam,
Yeah. So did you talk about the topic and what are the activities you hope to do?
no, madam, I don't have clear understand. After a long time, I joined.
Okay, now what we asked was, we ask you to identify some problems you encountered during your teaching learning process. Some of them said they have disturbing students. Some of them said their poor concentration causes them lot of problems. Then some of them said, uh, what else? Tell me about your problems, darling Asna. Poor concentration, disturbing behavior, no motivation from the parents, then so these kind of things. Then out of them, I asked them to select one burning problem for them. Okay, so like that, what are the problems you encounter during your teaching learning process?
Uh, most of the time, children do not know the vocabulary.
Mm. They have poor
Uh,
vocabulary.
yeah. So we should first we should I clearly identify the words.
Okay, that is one problem. Another one?
Mm, Sometimes they don't like the language.
English.
Yeah. Um, so
So,
we can
okay.
do.
So that can be a very
Um,
good problem. Ah, that
uh,
can be a very good problem for you. So to find solutions. They don't like language.
uh,
How can you use some interesting activities to make them
yeah.
move towards language?
Yeah. Uh, we should do more games.
Mm.
Uh, Telling stories.
Mm.
Mm, uh, and sing songs.
Mm.
Same uh, uh, discuss with them
Mm. Right.
like that.
Okay. Right. So then you have to select one problem, a burning problem, and find some, and you have to find a way of identifying the
Okay.
problem. How did you identify? Maybe through observation, maybe through test papers, maybe by interviewing the students, right? Okay.
Okay.
So, but maybe that from the monthly tests. So after that, identifying the problem, you have to select the most burning problem for your during your teaching learning process. Then you plan some activities to overcome the problem, right? Mm,
Okay.
any other who could not tell about the problem that you encounter and the solutions? Is there anybody still did not tell your burning problem? Did you all discuss about the problems you encounter? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. So next day, what you have to do is, now after selecting your problem, you go to Google and there you can find Scholar, Scholar, Google Scholar, and find at least 5 recent articles written on your problem, right? So when you write keywords on Google, you can identify uh, certain, when you go to Google Scholar, you can identify certain journal articles that have been written related to your problem. So read them and find the key points. So maybe that they have used methods to overcome the problem, or they have identified new methodologies or new techniques, new something, right? Okay, so read 5 articles, recent articles that has been done related to your problem. Okay, and bring the findings next day. You have to find the author, year, then title, then the findings, key findings. Okay, right? Are you okay?
Okay, madam.
Okay.
Anything that you want to get clarified related to this? So next day I will tell you about what are the things we are going to, that means the structure of this research, and what are things we are going to consider, and how to do the activities, that means how to plan the activities and all. So before that, your homework is read 5 recent articles written based on your problem and write down the key points, including the name of the article, year, name of the researcher, and all, right? Okay, are you ready? Everything is clear to you, what we have done today? Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
madam.
ma'am.
So what you have to do is you have to select a problem, right? Problem, and then read the literature and come next day, right? Okay, come prepared. You have to write the literature in a word format, and because you have to present it to the class in a word, you type them. Okay, then I'll tell you how to write the in-text citation, how to do that. Okay, ready? Okay, did you understand? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. So we'll conclude for today, and we'll meet again with the homework, right? Okay, thank you for joining.
Thank you so much, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Okay.
Thank you,
You're
madam.
Thank you, ma'am.
welcome.